Try to stick with this video if you can. It's pretty interesting. So I'm calling this guy Mr. Rogue. It never stops. Look at this footprint. It was amazing. This guy had me locked the entire time. I knew everything about how he was feeling and things like that. It was just crazy. I hint throughout the whole video, but I can't really say that stuff out loud too much. But everything amounted to exactly the way I called it as I did this trip, because of all the other times I have seen areas like this. This was the coolest. What a day I've had, because I was at 3 other places today as well, but this was my longest hike, and I found this hut at the bottom, and it was incredible. Hope you guys enjoy it. My first real Bigfoot world up here, about 2 miles up the road, up in those pine trees. It's amazing up there, and this has always been marked really well. So this is going to be a great spot. Whoa! Oh my God! You guys, the whistles were so good. You can't hear them. I can't believe it. I'm on my headsets. I cannot hear whistles. But I heard them so clearly. And, I used to think to myself, this is important. By the way, I might over-narrate a little bit. I'm talking throughout the whole video. They're going to be high. It's a joke to them. I've realized. They can handle anything that comes through here. It doesn't matter if there was 500 hunters. I could walk through here. They could single me out and hang out with me. When one was just 200 yards away and the guy would never know it. They can handle anything out here. The hunters mean nothing. And just hope for the hunter's sake there's not a hunter between me and that mountain, because I don't know how well I'm going to get along with them. You can see looks like a lot of trails here. It's because of the cows. I see the cows hanging here all the time. This is a cow trail right here. Blatant. Oh, could this be better than I think? I'm not expecting this to be a failure today. I think, based on what I've been seeing, based on what I see in these aspens every time I pass, and what I found up above, up there somewhere, just like I could walk there today, if like in the next 2 hours if I had to. It's gonna be good. And I just heard whistles. I just have to correct myself. It's more to the right. It's not whistles. But I have this great place to the right, and it would take me more than 2 hours, but I could get there. I was looking up there, and I go like this. I'm like just in case someone was looking. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting whistles back here. They're not from the birds either. These were like real. I can't even describe the whistling that was going on back here. At least Cassandra, God, you've been doing so great lately with the pictures. Thank you so much for all your hard work with those pictures, because it really helps, and really not, I mean, thank you for me too, but mostly for other people, because it really helps, we can look at these, I'm not talking over any noises anymore. They know I'm here, I swear to God. This is good, and I've had goosey bump feelings too for a while. First footprint. It's right there. I don't know if the camera can see it, but I can see it perfectly. It's got a real turn to it. It's clearly a barefoot. You can see the arch. It's really been made there. Look at that. That's a footprint. I was thinking to myself, like, I could really feel that the snow had melted, and although this is really hard now, I'll bet you a day ago it wasn't. I'm seeing flattened out spots. All right, give me a sec. Forgive my breath. It's really steep, and I'm trying to make time. There's an X right there. So I really could have put up a lot of this, but I'm skipping myself up the hill, because it's right there. You're not really missing much, but this is the first time I'm really seeing structures, and they're down below me. They're there. Look at that. And there's also, you'll see as this progresses, inside thing there. It's way below me, so I don't want to walk down to it. I want to go up. So I'm not seeing anything up here. Like,
Everything's been on the outskirts, marking the area coming up. So there's gotta be something up there. There's gotta be. You know, let's study. That's one thing I like about this camera. It's just today I have a short pole. It's been bent like so many times that it doesn't telescope out as much as it should, and I left my good one at the trailer. I'm walking out, I'm like, you have everything, right? Your wallet, you got your cameras, you got memory cards, your backpack. Yep, got everything. Forgot that. All right, so let's go up here. Something's got to be up there. All right, there we go. Forgive me for the breathing. It's 100%. I've explained this before. One in back, one in front. They're the best X's. That X will be there for a long, long time. It's 1,000% to me. I don't need to see that. No matter where I was and saw that, I know. But it's still bizarre in here. It's like this type of stuff. See the stick? Looks like the top up there. I'm not leaving here until I find something. Something. It's gotta be up here. All right. This could be a couple of rogue type ones. I don't like using that word, but ones that don't hang out with a big clan. This is what it's looking like. My guess, in my experience of reading these structures that I saw coming up, which are just things like this, and some really nice X's. You got your triples there. So blatant right there.
It really does seem to be these rogues.
It's still just a very...
I find this really cool
two big dudes.
hidden hut on the way down.
I want to be in places like this.
But I still go up and over.
Believe me,
It's really
I have a
good.
better chance at seeing them here than I do in a world where 100 of them are going, shh, don't let him see you, you'll be in trouble. Where this guy, you know, might be able to make his own decisions. He's still living by those rules, but I feel like he can bend those a little bit. So my guess is, I can't see anything in there structure-wise, but there's got to be a main structure up here, a place that he sits. And if we find that up there, or a couple structures, we know, you know, that's exactly what this is. If we find nothing, then I gotta walk further.
This is Colorado Bigfoot.
I see his trails. I can see the paths. I've seen footprints in the mud. I've seen footprints in the snow. I think that looked like, you know, the snow had melted around it. Come on, where's your spot, buddy? I know it's up here. Who could that be it? That's a good sign right there. You can barely see it until right here. And I also see something here. Two big boys, probably brothers or something. Give me a second. You guys, this is the sloppiest world I've ever seen before. Look at the pine cone eating station. It's huge, right? Symmetrical X right above it. And it's all done.
You can really tell how nice that X is
God.
when you're standing there.
So you would barely notice, and it looks like, you know, there's some smaller things in here, see? But not too small either. Here's the top. So there's his pine cones. He's sitting in there somewhere. There's probably a perch out front. It looks like new stuff in front. This is like impossible to walk through here. Everything was put here. Oh yeah, look at the structure. First real structure.
I was so right about
Here's
this because
his
I've seen
main
this so many times. It was
Look at
easy.
this Bigfoot tree.
Don't be like, Mark really knows. I mean, I guess I do, but it's just because I've
of course,
walked
look,
into
right
the
there.
same situation so many
There's one
times by
going
reading the
there,
structures. I
and
know
there's one going to
exactly
this one on the back.
what's happening here. And the Jays
you
come in
always
a
check.
second.
Brian's been sending me, Brian Hester, you've been sending me some good pictures from Florida, from near Jacksonville. Ground stuff. You know, he's sending me like, hey, what do you think of the structures? And he's getting great structures, but I was preoccupied with what was like behind them. You can see black little faces like right in his pictures, right there in Florida. It's really cool to have people go out. I think Brian does this because of me. I'm not sure. I never asked him if it was because of me or not. But you know, when a lot of people do it because they see my videos, and to me, that's really cool. That anybody would want to do anything I do. And you guys know what I mean, right? Like, I don't know. Look at this big spot right here. You can tell some, see, it's starting to burn because they'll sit there and they put their feet out. And let's go down to this structure down here. Look at that structure.
There's a footprint in that berm.
Wow, I'm telling you, this is like...
Okay, I do look at it.
One or two dudes. Perch right here. Looks like a giant footprint right there. That's a footprint right there. Look at that. You can see it. That's a footprint right there. Because what he did was he fluffed this stuff up, and then when he walked out of here, he stepped in it by accident or whatever. Or not realizing it would make a print. Look right here. Cool. Where are you at, buddy? I knew it. See, I called this before I even got up here. I could tell it's a bachelor. What is that? That's all poop? How could that be? Oh, it's all where pine nuts were eaten. Right here. It looks like it's brand new. It smells like topsoil. That's bizarre. That's exactly what that smells like. Topsoil. Look at this crazy spot. Thank you for this structure I'm about to show you because, oh, look at the pile. Lumberyard. You guys, lumberyard. It's old, but nevertheless, maybe this dude's old. You know, it's kind of like when you're 90 and your apartment's like all trashed. You know, maybe
I think that might have been from fire jumpers. I talk about that later in the video.
Look at this. Look at the grass areas in there. It's just from the snow. The other areas aren't as packed down. And then look at the structure. There's this main spot right here. You guys, I got whistles when I came in. It's like the signal whistles. It was crazy. I don't know if it's on the camera or not. I'm thinking headsets on that one. And then here's where he sits. Cool. Okay. So at least I have, you know, because there's nothing worse than doing everything I've done already. And I'm not done. I'm going to go over the hill here. And then, you know, not have anything to put up. Like if I can't put up what I just did, like to walk up and, you know, I'll call it rogue, a visit to a rogue Bigfoot, you know, or something like that. Because that's exactly what this is. Look, see the ground? That's his perch right there. He left a bunch of sticks there for some reason. Look at this. Mr. Rogue. See here? Look at this. Everything here is him. What's up, buddy? Mark, good human. I'm a good human. Be your friend. I'll bring you pizza, whatever you want. I really would. I'd walk up here every day with a pizza. whatever I could do. You know, like I tell these guys all the time, I'm like, you guys, just tell me what I can do to be your friend. I'll bring you soda, pizzas, you know, I'll spend every dime I have bringing them pizza every day. I don't care. What if it got to the point where I'm bringing like 500 Sasquatch pizza every day? I need some help on that one. But if I could film that, I think I could get the help. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Pizza party. Like I'm just like think about people that would try to follow me if that was happening. Like I'm filming 500 Sasquatch at a time, eating pizza. I'd have to get like bodyguards and stuff or something. Perch right there. They sit right underneath this tree. It's right there. Look at this star structure right there. That's so cool. Yes, you guys listen. I talk a lot. It's part of my, you know, my nerves out here. I talk a lot in general anyway, but I'm just a talker. And if people tell me, like once in a blue moon, someone says it. So if someone says it, someone else has thought about it and not said it. You know, like, Mark, I love your videos, but can you not talk as much? And I'm like, you know, you can't always make everyone happy. I talk a lot. If you don't like it, it's just a simple solution. 2, don't watch, because I don't care. And number two is just mute me. That's what a volume is for. You don't need to hear me. Then just turn me off and you can just look at this stuff. But I know what I'm doing. So as annoying as I sound, what I'm saying, if you can get past the part that I'm annoying you with, and I'm talking about the people I bother, if you can get past it, you're going to learn stuff. You're going to see things that no one else can show you. At least right now. People are starting to. People are doing a really good job. Look at this bend going uphill. Let's go to the top of this hill. I'll bet you there's going to be more. One dude. This is one or two dudes. I think it's one. I swear I think it's one old guy. It's one old dude. Over and out. Here we go. My jays, they're still here. Oh, she is beautiful. Or he.
I just want to add,
There's two.
I've never had an encounter with a
Just laying next
J
to each other.
unless I was
Right
standing
behind
on
us.
an X, basically.
Okay, look at that X. Look at this one. This one's incredible. Notice that you never see this typically until you get to a place like this. Look at that, you guys. Look how it goes through the aspen. The one side of the X comes through the field goal to make one of the most beautiful X's you could imagine, and it's up here with Mr. Rogue. That's what I just named him, Mr. Rogue. Like literally just named him this second.
I forgot I had said it like
My
3 minutes
Jays are
ago.
here. I knew you were here. I knew he's here. I said, Mark, good human. You're like, I'll get you pizza. I said, you know what I said to him? Like, you guys, I said, you guys, let's show the world that Colorado Bigfoots are the best. That's what I said. Let's show everybody
You guys, I'm too excited,
that
but
you're the best. It's a coincidence, but then the birds.
I'm looking at those two, but there's two more on the other
So
side
all
doing
I
the
have to do
exact
is
same
have him
thing.
Show up. Right in the middle of his world, right there. Look how he's got this tree being pushed uphill. The other one sideways. The only trees on the whole mountain that are big and weird are the ones right where he sits. Random. Oh, cool. I'm not restricted. I thought I was going to be like on top of a mountain up here. No, it's not hard to believe where he went. If he's not just sitting in the bushes over there. You know, there's not as much snow up there as I thought.
You guys, watch when I zoom over
All
there.
the way here with no ride.
I think I do it again.
It's probably thicker than it looks.
Really notice how it's
Especially
melted
once you're walking in
only
there.
where the Bigfoots are.
And the
Okay.
ones we should try for some
It's not only
first
melted,
times.
it's dry as a bone. That's the great part. And I've been seeing this. This is probably the 10th
they're
time
still
I've
here.
seen this today.
Someone's here. I know by the whistles, by those two jays. They were beautiful jays. Two beautiful, healthy jays here late in the season. All right, you guys, I'm way up here. Do a couple zooms into the snow over here. I don't think we're gonna see anything. I'm not looking for things in the trees. See that structure? That's my Bigfoot world right there. Is that it? I think that's it. It's to the left of it. That's it, right there. I just saw my X from here. Isn't that crazy? Right there, you guys, is an amazing place right there. Where's my X? I just saw it. Where is it? It's right there. Oh, whatever. Somewhere in there is this amazing Bigfoot world. I found a grave in there, everything. I didn't show that this year. I'm pretty sure it was a grave. They cause too much it's just too much going on when you put out pictures of the graves. It's just, I don't want to talk about it. I don't have time to discuss with the layman. I mean like people that don't know about Bigfoot, that don't follow this. Like I don't have it in me to talk to those people. Let someone else talk to them. And once they're over the hump, there I am. I'll be your best friend. I just don't like to teach anybody. I do, but not until you get it. What I used to say, like, yeah, I don't teach Sasquatch 101. Once you've got your degree, your Sasquatch 101 degree, then I'm there for you. Not that I'm Joe expert, but yeah, I'm a little further along than trying to explain to somebody in a convenience store what Bigfoot is.
All right, calm down there, Mr. Bigfoot.
I'm not doing it anymore. Over now. Look at that randomness. Look at the corner. So one. Look. This guy's cool. I like these kind of Bigfoots. I could be completely wrong about this, but I don't think so. These are a couple real Sasquatch we're talking about here. Like, I use the term Bigfoot very loosely, you guys. And this guy's not out to impress anybody. He just does what he does, you know? Look at that. It's amazing to me why he would do that. You guys, trust me, I'm up here. There's nothing. Hunters couldn't even make it this far back. Like, I am so... Well, hunters don't go that far anyway. They're always on the dirt road on four-wheelers. I think almost every hunter up here is a poacher. Pretty much. They'll pretend like they got it, but they were driving on the four-wheeler after their coffee in the morning and then saw the deer, shot it, went back with their truck and pretended like they were out hunting. It's what almost everyone does. If I ever see them do that, we'll have a little chat. I can't figure out what all these piles of dirt are. Please don't tell me it's ants. They're not ants. They don't go. It's like, I found these before. This is bizarre. Mr. Rogue. Call him Mr. Rogue. Jays didn't stay with me, which is unusual. It's very unusual, which means it could mean they were with him, you know, like, or he had, he had something to do with that guy, and I'm out of his spot. I'm almost sure that's what happened. The top was this spot. The Jays sat there with me the whole time. They never left until I walked away from there. This is really cool and different back here. I'm really liking this, actually. I'm really liking this. I don't have the pressure of being, I'm sure I'm being watched, but I don't have the pressure of, like, when you're in those big Bigfoot worlds, man, they are just doing stuff to you, zapping you. In here, I could see him maybe. You know, he so knows I'm here, so if I see one of them, yeah, he's letting me. I have seen sightings by accident. So in fact, most of them have been, besides 2 or 3 now, it's always been an accident where he's like, oh my God, you know, and I watch him run back. Like, I literally watch him walking, stop. I'm not telling the story. I've told it so many times. See this? He's so random. He does all this stuff, but it's all like camouflaged, which makes it even harder to do.
I'm not out of his area. This is the same guy. He's got me locked.
It's a maze of Bigfoot. But rogues, you know, they don't have the defining structures. They're not putting up the language as much. This just goes forever. There's got to be something big around here. Give me a minute. Wow, yes. So let's call it half Bigfoot. Half sightseeing, because that's what I'm doing right now, and that's all I get to. That's all I have to do. So it's like, if no one can tell me, like, if I had a day off or something, or I wasn't doing anything, which doesn't happen that much. I'm like, I'm bored. I have nothing to do. People will be like, take a walk. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's the last thing I'm going to do today is take a walk. So my life is now sightseeing and hiking. You guys remember, I am not complaining. This is interesting, this new pine. Look at this pine. It's a fairly new pine forest. I'm sorry, fairly new aspen forest. Look at the stages. That's a mind blower. Up there. I've been up there. The snow's not looking horrible up there. Teepee structure? I think that's what I was trying to zoom on before. I have not been right where I'm zooming, but that looks outstanding.
I think
Maybe
what I
will pull out of here.
I think what I was going to say is that
This is just fascinating.
I'm not complaining, but you know,
This is where I could get a big.
this
Bigfoot
is a
to talk to me.
job. This, you know, anything too much becomes a job.
You gotta remember, if he has a grandson over
And
there, that could be.
It's not always
he's like,
fun
well,
and
if I say hello
games.
to this guy, my grandson could die. You know, one day. Who knows? Maybe he knows something I don't know. Maybe he knows if he talks to me and puts himself on this camera, that my life could change, and that 10 years down the road, I'm leading someone back here. You know, I would swear on my own mother that will never happen. But you know, maybe he knows something I don't know. You know, I don't know. Does Sasquatch see the future? I don't think so. It's kind of a weird tree, isn't it? To be right there. And then it's decorated to the left. I love this. I love the one or two Bigfoots. You know, it's set off 2-3 miles from where the main worlds are. Does he go over there? Maybe. I'm getting really far away, but I don't care. I'm trying to think whether I should go back. I can make my car in an hour from here. I'm an hour from the car, even downhill. And then go up. You know, if it's patchy, it's great, because then I can walk through and I can look for stuff. Because I know they're back walking around, there's no snow. By the way, guys, you see that? Where I am, no one has ever had a chainsaw in the history of the world, okay? I found out, well, they have, in a sense, but not like a regular person. I found out it's a jump master. I talked to a jump master. He's a chief of police, or chief of fire department up here. And I was like, how come I see those cut logs? Like, I said, I go places I know no one's ever been before, and I see cut logs. He's like, it's the fire jumpers. I was like, oh, trail marker. It made so much sense. So when there's a fire, say like in Utah, or like a big fire moving this way, they deploy the jumpers and they go out into the middle of nowhere and start cutting trees. Say, look, this is exactly what happened here a while back, and this looks like quite a long time ago. And they start cutting, you know, the key trees that will hopefully stop the spread of the fire. So as that fire comes in, all the big trees that would have continued to spread it are hopefully cut down. So, because I used to be like, oh, there must have been like a logging operation here 50 years ago. You know, it's like, nope. They were it's a fire prevention. It means there's a big forest fire somewhere, potentially coming this way. And all of these forests at some point.
You guys, I never told you
almost all
this.
of them, especially the Bigfoot worlds.
I was so zapped that day, but I got
Or have had
into a
fires
huge
through them.
conversation in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
They couldn't believe I was there with the fire jumpers.
Let's
It
get
was a
back in the
great
truck
talk.
and move up.
And now 2 of them watch my videos all the time. I get messages from them all
So
the
is
time.
this exciting? Not really. But it's educational for me. Hopefully for you guys. See that real close. You got another field goal all wrapped up. Real messy looking in here. Bigfoot. This is what you call your run-of-the-mill Bigfoot.
Now I have no idea. There's like a hut right
thing.
next to
Look at
me.
this pile. Oh my God.
How many times do I miss
Right next
this?
to me. I had no idea. What a find right here. I did not expect this. Thank you. Okay, so look at that. It's old, but it's cool. I think it's old. You know, it's older wood. They might pick up the older wood. There's an X right there. This thing goes straight across.
Look how that black part of the X is
Just random
resting on a
everywhere.
piece of wood that is stuck forever
There's some
between the
kind
two
of
aspens.
Underneath in there, it's a teepee, which is a mind blower. Because I've never found anything that looks like that before in the aspens. There's another X right there. The X that was shown at the top. X, that nice birds, thank God. And then right there is the world I found. You guys should be standing right there for me. I told them, I was like, yes, let's show these guys that you're the coolest Bigfoots there is today. So far, that didn't work. Look at that.
See the thin part of the X?
Cool.
It's a
That's
music
what I showed you
player.
over there, right?
You can see how
Like, I
it's
was like, it's messy,
been
but
rubbing
it's
on the
all
tree.
interlocked
I
and stuff.
find them all the time.
That's cool.
And they look exactly the same. That'll rub up and down.
They made that. I don't know why. You know, I don't know why they make those huts. It's not a shelter. It's like a symbol. Bigfoot path.
Most of them are. This one seems like he would sit in there for some reason.
Yep, there's an underneath. And there's a path that leads right out of it. Look at that. That's cool. My stomach is making all kinds of noise. I'm starving right now. I'm so hungry. I had a blueberry muffin. I went to the gas station, got a blueberry muffin, and that was it. I'm starved. Or I'm starving, I should say. I do that a lot. I correct myself. You guys will see it, and I leave it up there because my brain is moving so fast out here that I don't know what I'm saying half the time. Blatant. There is no way that is an accident. There's no way. Not in front of that thing. That's so cool. You can't see it. Look, it's gone. It's right there. You can see the tree coming across. It's gone. That's how well they do this, you guys. Right there. So I'm gonna call this, until someone corrects me, I'm calling these guys. This is my Rogue. This is Mr. Rogue. That's what we're gonna call him. Do I know for sure? Sort of. Look. Thanks, Mr. Rogue. I think some of these aspen branches just fall. Aspens are just like, these things aren't that great. They get diseases and stuff, but some of those aspen branches, like, you know, like that one, I'm sure that just fell, right? But the ones I see like tucked in, and I see a great structure. See, this leads right up to the Bigfoot world. It's about 2 miles from it. But you can see already, you know, they got bends and stuff. You know, as you walk up, I'm sure that's really cool. The fact that I saw that one, see, if you're standing here, you'd never know it. You'd never know there was that hut right there. I would never know it. So is there another one about on the same height on the hill that way? I'll bet you almost yes.
It pains me to leave some of these up this long, but
this is interesting too.
I think it's important
Decorating that boulder
because
I'm kind of happy with today. Like, I'm gonna go back up the road now.
you guys find so much stuff that I'd miss.
I think I can
And
get up to a couple spots where I can check a Bigfoot.
the longer the camera is running, the better. Things happen
running real
right
quick.
in front of me that I'm not seeing.
just to see what's activities going on. Oh, he's here. He is here somewhere. I've felt him the whole time, and I'm starting to get better. Like they give me their feelings. Like, you know, he's very interested and very thankful, but he's not going to come out and just start dancing for me. You know, he can't. I always hold back what I feel like they're trying to say to me, but once in a while I'll tell you. It's not just like it was said to me. It's an entire, like, solid feeling of the day. Like it never stopped the whole time. Like, he's here. I'm pretty sure it's more than him, but he's the, you know, the main dude. That's why these other pictures we get, I don't know what they are, you guys. We get so many pictures of other beings. I personally, even though I've seen some of the same beings 100 different times in 100 different places, cannot picture one of them running around here. Oh, look at the teepees. Teepee structures? What's going on there? Right out in plain sight. I mean, no one's going to be in here ever. I haven't seen a sign of a person that has been here in 20 years. There's not a piece of plastic, a footprint, anything that indicates a chainsaw cut, nothing. So this is an interesting little place. Look, it's like a little shrine or something, you guys. Look at that. Let's go look at that real quick. Nice structure there. Kind of just hoping something happens. They're doing it very discreetly. See, look at it. See how it's all attached?
That's why I want as many of you guys as possible to go out into the woods once in a while, because they know what I'm doing. They know that lots of people see this. I don't know how.
I don't know why.
But you have to trust me. That's why
supercharging this area.
You probably have a better chance of hanging out with Bigfoot than me.
Like a big piece
in a sense.
More teepee structure here. Look at that, right in plain sight. You really got to look. And I'm talking to me.
Like, here's an example.
Look sometimes.
Most of you probably won't realize the end of that stick is a trident.
It's amazing.
It's a perfect trident.
Another one, look. What are the chances of one of those ending up there? Right, and then another one right there on this one. It looks like one used to be leaning there and it fell. X. Craziness. All of this is connected to that teepee up there, which I can't see. It's right there. You'd never see it. It's right there. That's my stomach, guys. Forgive me.
Something about these teepee structures and energy. I've been telling you there's only one, right? It's amazing how his teepees don't have to be as big.
The big question is, why would they do that right there? What does that do? Look at this spot. This looks like a hangout. Look at this open spot in this valley where they can't be seen. See, if you can sense a human, that ring around the human comes in here, it's not like he can sneak up there and look down at you. You know he's there way before. It's all part of the energy I talk about. They know, they can be, but this is a perfect little valley, even for like Google Earth, like they're just not going to see here properly. I got something happening right here. Look at that, you guys. Look at this. Look on that one. There is no way, okay? Follow that. I've never seen a leaner that big that actually goes against it, bends, and becomes a part of the other tree. That's amazing to me. That's freaking amazing. And then it's all wilded off, boxed off. It's not heavily trampled because it's not a lot. It's like that's like a dude with his family or like a couple guys. To me, it looks like guys. Give me a second. Look at this trail. I've seen it. Now I know where this is going to come out because I have seen it at the beginning of it. I think it's mostly. I think people have probably walked down this, but hardly ever. No one comes up here except for like hunters and stuff. Like it's not a place where people come and walk their dogs. And I'm seeing, like a cut there or something like that from like a camping trip or something. But look at the three leaners into the. Can you see them? There's three. They're all exactly the same. Same angle, same everything, and they're all going into that one pine tree. Something about the pine trees, you guys, trust me. I don't know what it is, but there's something more important about a pine to them than an aspen. Little things like that could lead us to the secrets. And that's why we do videos like this where, we learn from them about like things like that. Why are pine trees better for them? Why did they settle, and make the giant worlds only in the pine trees? Why do I only find rogue types in the aspens? It doesn't mean they're good or bad. It just means there's much fewer in the aspens. But let me tell you, they are here so big time. Something going on with that tree back there. There's no doubt about it. All right, I'm back to the road.